Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi, I'm Nurliyana Aisyah binti KAMARUL AZWAN.
I'm Auni Najah binti ZAMRI.
Today, we will be presenting our research proposal,
Aesthetic Cafe in Penang, quantifying the drivers behind youth visit intention. For background of the studies in this research, it tells story about the history of cafe and coffee shop all around the world. The cafe scene has come a long way from Asian Romans to Europe 80th century coffee houses where people met to connect and exchange ideas. In Malaysia, we shift from traditional kopitiam to modern cafe shaped by urban youth, tech, and social. Nazli et al. 2024 states that in Penang, aesthetic cafe with stylish, Instagrammable design are now popular among locals and tourists. These trends present both opportunity and challenges. Cafe businesses must differentiate themselves, especially for youth, to stay competitive in a visually driven market. Now, we're moving on to problem statement. Youth visits to cafe are increasingly shaped by changing expectations and lifestyle. In a static cafe that focuses on ambience and visual appeal, understanding what drives youth interest is crucial for business growth. Despite growing numbers in places like Penang, many cafes still face inconsistent visits and the exact motivating factors remain unclear. This study addressing this gap by examining how these variables jointly influence youth intentions to visit a static cafe in Penang. For research objective, the primary aim of this study is to determine whether all of the variables influence the intentions of youth to visit a static cafe in Penang. Next, the following research questions are designed to support the study aim of investigating the factors that influence youth visit intentions to a static cafe in Penang. These questions are aligned with the research objective and provide a focused framework for data collections and analysis. Furthermore, with the mentioned research objective and questions, here are the hypothesis influence of each independent variable on the dependent variable. Here are our proposed research framework. This framework illustrates the relationships between the construct examinants in this study. The framework includes 4 independent variables, which is personal interest in the arts, ambience, menu varieties, and menu pricing. These variables are hypothesized to influence youth intentions to visit a static cafe in Penang.
Our literature review identified 4 key factors that influence youth visit intention to aesthetic cafes. First, personal interest in the arts. Studies show that youth with strong aesthetic preference are more likely to be attracted to visually creative spaces. Second, ambience, which includes sensory elements like lighting and music, significantly affect comfort and revisit intention. Third, menu variety. Young consumers value diverse and customizable food and drink options. And lastly, menu pricing. Fair and transparent prices strongly influence youth satisfaction and willingness to visit. These 4 factors collectively form the basis of our research framework. For our research methodology, this is a quantitative casualty study using a cross-sectional design. We aim to test how personal interest in the arts, ambience, menu variety, and menu pricing influence the intention to visit aesthetic cafes in Penang. For the population and sample, our target population is Malaysian youth aged 18 to 30 years old, residing in or visiting Penang. This group is highly engaged in lifestyle trends and cafe culture, especially in urban areas like Georgetown and Bayan Lepas. Next, we use purposive sampling, targeting youth who have visited aesthetic cafes. The ideal sample size is 384 respondents based on Crashey and Morgan formula. However, considering time and accessibility, we target 200 respondents, which still meets minimum statistical requirements. Data will be collected via online questionnaires, distributed through platforms like Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook. For analysis, we will use SPSS version 28. The data analysis includes descriptive statistics for demographic profiles, reliability analysis using Cronbach alpha, and multiple linear regression to test the hypothesis.
Next, the instruments for this study. To ensure clear understanding, the instruments will be tailored to suit Malaysian youth. As not all are fluent in both Malay and English, the questionnaire will be provided in both languages to avoid confusion. The questions will be divided into 6 sections, which is sections A, B, C, D, E, and F, that contains all of the variables including demographic profiles of the respondent. Also, answer will be used a 5-point Likert scales, which is 1 for strongly disagree to 5 to strongly agree.
In conclusion, our research seeks to provide both academic and practical insights into what drives youth visit aesthetic cafes in Penang. Thank you for your attention.